try to stop the vehicle. No bystanders were injured as a result of the weapon discharge. The officer involved has been with the department for 6.5 years. Victims were transferred by Waukesha Fire Department to the hospital. Chief Barr will speak on that. Police officers also transferred victims to the hospital, and family members also transferred victims from the scene to the hospital. We're no longer looking for a suspect vehicle. We do have a person interested in custody at the moment, but this is still a very fluid investigation. As President of this project, it's all firsthand the resiliency of the community coming together. I also want to thank all law enforcement partners, both federal, state DCI, state patrol, Waukesha County Sheriff's Department, Brookfield Police Department, New Orleans Police Department, FBI, ATF, and all our other partners who responded to assist in this tragedy. It's unknown at this time whether the incident has any nexus to terrorism. To the families involved, you are in the Waukesha Police Department's thoughts and prayers. The Waukesha community, the scene is now safe and secure. I'll take a few questions.
Chief, can you talk about the public safety alert?
Just a minute, we're gonna let Chief Howard speak to about the victim.
Sorry.
Thank you. I was just going to provide just some brief information regarding the patients that we transported. The city of Waukesha was actually part of the parade. We normally have an engine in the parade. As soon as the calls started coming in, we heard radio traffic and immediately responded from 5 of our stations. We activated our mass casualty protocols and used the Mavis box alarm system and activated a box to the second alarm. That means that we received assistance not only from our 5 fire stations with all personnel on duty, but from approximately 12 other fire departments. The City of Waukesha Fire Department and its partners in Mavis transported a total of 11 adults and 12 pediatric patients to 6 area hospitals. We do not have any specifics on the injuries at this time. All of the patients were transported. There were some fatalities. We do not have any detailed information on the fatalities at this time.
Just real quick,
We'll open up for a few questions for all 3.
How many people were killed?
So, out of respect for the family members, we supplement notifications. So that number, and to be honest with you, the investigation is still fluid, so I don't have an exact number at this time to give.
The marching band that you see in the video, what school was that? Was the marching band when the car drove through?
I couldn't even tell you what band was playing at
Chief,
that
a
time.
shelter-in-place alert was issued at 7:05. It said an all-clear would come. That has not come. Can you elaborate?
Yes, great question. So the reason why that shelter-in-place call came is because we're still doing the canvas, still ongoing crime scene. So we didn't want members of the community coming into the crime scene. So we wanted the members of the community to shelter in place. So that's why that went on.
Can you talk about the police activity?
No.
How long did the streets be
Was
closed?
that person struck by the officer responding?
That's still an ongoing investigation of how many are involved at this time. We're still working with these folks.
Mayor, can you confirm that schools are closed tomorrow? Are all schools in Waukesha closed tomorrow?
We do not know at this time.
How long do you expect the streets to be closed?
Earlier you said you were unaware of any gunshots from the vehicle. You heard a lot about on social media.
At this time, we do not believe there's any shots that were fired from the vehicle. We believe that officers discharged the fire and stopped the vehicle.
What did the person of interest
The
say?
vehicle went through the barricade.
What did the person of interest say when you took them into custody?
That's still unknown at this time.
That's all the questions we're gonna take right now. We will be putting more information. Any more information will come out in the city social media accounts in regards to like further press conference or further information. That's all we can put out tonight.
Is this deliberate?
Anything to help the community.
Chief, is this deliberate? Any sense of motive?
We help out here in the community. I ain't with the rest of them. We gonna get some help out here.
Any more information about any further press conferences will be put out in the city social social media accounts. We just can't confirm when that will come out, but any more information.
It's not gonna be easy, that's why I'm asking.
Are the fatalities included in the 20+ injured, or is that on top of the injured?
Wow, looks like they're done answering questions.
That wasn't a very good question.
You did your part, man. You got in there. Good question though, because we were talking about.
Nobody talking about.
We were talking about on our
people hiding
feed.
in their house like
Yeah,
they got their guns at the windows.
we had talking about donating blood. There's another way that people can go out and do that.
Well, thank you. We were gonna do some community work, I guess, huh?
There you go. There it is. My God. Oh man. All right.
Hey, hold on. Hi, racist. It's John Schuster. How you doing? You know the name. I'll be blowing up. I blow up.
That wasn't directed at all of you, but anyone that knows that has issues. John Schuster.
But still.
All right. Well, almost fell down the steps. That's not good. I think I'm in a fire department. I got real close to falling down those steps. Again, so for everyone that's back in here, sorry that we had to drop off, but the signal in there was terrible because there's all the live view packs. We're gonna, I think, take a look a bit further down, see what's happening on the block.
You guys be safe.
Hey, thank you, my
It
guy.
might not be over.
Yeah, no, take it easy. Be good, man. Again, we're just leaving the Waukesha Fire Department, the press conference in there. I apologize, I didn't catch the first half. I'm gonna let you guys kind of take notes as to the details of what happened there. I'm curious what's going on down here, so we're gonna take a look down the street. I'm just gonna walk down here a little bit and I'll walk back up, okay? I'm gonna need yeah, I'll need that in a second. Yeah, here, let me do this real quick. 1 second, here we go. Just keep it right there, we're good. We're running solid there. Take this one from you there. I'll hold the phone. Got that. Right there. That's about dead actually, so I'm gonna have to charge that up. Shoot. Okay. Wasn't planning here. I wasn't prepared to go back out today. So
Well,
batteries weren't charged.
we're as prepared as we can be.
I have a charger
As
in my
usual.
car, but it's in my car.
Wait, an Android charger?
It is.
You got your charger on you, Tony? It's an hour from Kenosha. Like if you're by Sheridan Road in Kenosha, it's about an hour. But once you get on the interstate, it's about 35 minutes. 35 minutes north of Kenosha. It's west of Milwaukee. Just on the north side of Milwaukee, but west. They have a lead on somebody in custody, but they don't know if it's them or not yet, is what they just said. No, we're in Waukesha.
Because that one dies real quick. So yeah, those need. Okay. If you have 2 USB-C, let me know.
Hey. I don't know. Can we add YouTube to the live stream because YouTube didn't kill?
I don't know. I can't. I'd have to go back into StreamYard and do it again. I might drop the feed for 1 second, guys, and go back in to go back into the multi-stream now that I'm not around all the live view packs. Could I have the battery pack?
The battery pack?
Yeah. Thank you. All right. Bear with me, guys. I'm just getting everything all dialed in. Like I said, we're
Alright, bye. Okay, bye.
Oh, that ain't
I'm just
something.
gonna kill the YouTube. It's sitting on this wheel of death right now with the press conference. Either way, he said he was just gonna walk down there and walk back, so don't matter. I can take it. Do you want this one or you want me to keep this one?
I'll take it. I'm gonna need it.
Alright, I'm gonna run under our car
Run and
and
get
I'll
my
be right
car.
back. I'll
Okay.
be right here.
Yeah, good deal. I'll meet you guys back over here. All right, Tom. So we're gonna make a walk down here and take a look what's going on.
If you start the stream on Streamlabs,
What?
StreamYard, she said.
No, I'll go to Streamlabs. I mean, I don't know. Let's keep it as it is for now. Sorry, guys. Yeah, there's plenty of helicopters. There's tons of like law enforcement. There's a couple helicopters right there. There's Elm Grove paramedic. Yeah, the fire department is actually involved in the parade. They said there was, what did they say, 20? Man, I could barely hear what they were saying, but
20 was injured and 12 pediatric.
yeah, I did hear 12 pediatric injuries, and they didn't say out of respect to the families if those were fatalities or not, but there was 12 that were pediatric, which is atrocious, man. I mean, all of this is terrible, all of it. Might just be where they have the road cordoned off. I think we're gonna cross right here. For you guys another look at where we're at. Now there's a canal between Main Street and whatever this other Main Street is that we're walking by. Appreciate you guys helping support getting us out here again. Not where I ever planned on being. You can see people have candles lit in their apartments because the power's out, and it's, you know, and I mean that's got to be an ominous feeling for the folks in this neighborhood. I haven't already gone through that, and to have kind of an undefined. So this is a view of the other side of where we were at originally. The broadcast was paused for a brief moment there because the emergency alarm went out, and it just said that the shelter in place has been lifted. Why is the power out? I don't know. Did they say it was for the protection for the people? Oh, power just popped back on, it looks like. Well, it looks like it's popped on right here. And up here and down here. Yeah, so the power, as we're talking about it, just popped back on, it looks like. This building, like I said, is just on the other side of Main. As you can see, they got the intersections blocked off here. Thank you for those stars. I appreciate it, you guys. Appreciate the love and support. I know that Waukesha right now needs and appreciates all the love and prayers that you can send this direction. We're looking at the, if I'm not mistaken, this is the end of Main Street right here. And I believe this is where the officer fired his discharged his firearm, right up there to the right. Those barricades that were driven over by the suspect, they did say that the shots that were fired by an officer. I didn't get the exact details on the tenure of that officer with the police department, and they didn't have any follow-up that I heard about whether or not those shots struck the suspect or suspects that were in the vehicle that drove through the crowd here in Waukesha, Wisconsin, through this Christmas parade. Tragically injuring at least 20, 12 of which I believe are pediatric. I'm not exactly sure the number of fatalities, because as I said, they're not exactly releasing those. They're not releasing those at the moment, out of respect for the family. As I stand here in front of a war memorial here in Waukesha. We're at the end of Main Street here, which is where this happened. I haven't quite watched the videos yet, so you all would have to look at it to line it up. So, and again, I apologize. The video on, yeah, it's terrible, you guys. The video is available if you want to look at the synced footage from the incident. It is on my Facebook over on CJTV Media. You can see that there. I think we put in some effort to blur out any of the graphic portions of it. So I'm going to walk you out here. I'll give you a recap of what exactly we're looking at and why we're here. And again, you guys, appreciate those stars. It means a lot. So we're looking up Main Street right now, which is where the parade was taking place. The suspects drove looks like a red Trailblazer, east to west, this direction, if I'm not mistaken, east to west, yeah. Plowing through the crowd, driving over several people, dozens of people throughout the crowd here in a Christmas parade, an annual Christmas parade here in Waukesha, Wisconsin. There's that alarm again. Did you see it? So it's saying here, you guys heard that alarm. So Waukesha, emergency alert at the Waukesha PD. The shelter in place has been lifted. God, that just gave me chills, man. The sound of that alarm. Last time I heard that, I was in Kenosha when they said there was the emergency curfew and shelter, state of emergency in Kenosha. Well, they don't know. They didn't release the number of casualties, so we're not exactly certain. They said that in respect to the families, they're not going to release the number of casualties. However, they did say over 20 people were injured, of which they had 12 pediatric injuries, which is horrific. The car made its way this direction down the street, speeding through, and apparently, and I'm not exactly certain at to what point here the car exited the scene, but it made its way out over there, and apparently now they have, did they say all suspects in custody? Which I think is why they lifted the okay, so we'd have to double check the facts on that. But this is Waukesha, Wisconsin, on Main Street, right in the downtown in the 5 Points, as it says right here. Yeah, it's terrible. I mean, just I don't know if they've cleaned much of it up, but you guys up further, and I tried to choke through it, man. It's just emotional to see this happen. Up the street here, all up in that area, that debris field, as I'm going to say, is I believe where the primary impact took place, where all the officers' vehicles are there. There's strollers, wagons, children's wagons, mittens. I saw a small person, like a child's jacket and a beanie. Just the remnants of a horrific act in a place that was not prepared for something to happen in any way like that. It went through, this person drove through a barricade, and then plowed through a crowd of people that were celebrating Christmas. I mean, I don't even know. They have not. And again, they do have someone in custody, and I believe that there was 3 suspects. I'm not exactly certain if they have a bead on the rest, or if there's still a manhunt at large right now. So, CJ, so yeah, as I said before, blood donors are needed. If you guys are in the Waukesha area and you're able to donate blood, please make your way to any of the local hospitals. I believe there's a children's hospital in this area as well. Please make your way there. And man, the thought that you have to donate blood for victims, for children, it just fucking blows my mind, man. But we're here in Waukesha, Wisconsin, and just, I apologize I wasn't able to catch the press conference, most of it live. Like I said, my signal strength isn't very good when you're around all of the MSM and their bandwidth stealing live views. But again, it goes up this direction and makes its way up several blocks. I mean, the entire area is basically an active crime scene, is what it feels like. All of downtown Waukesha here, down by the 5 Points and around. Hey, how are you, man? But you can see there's, looks like the Waukesha Police, Heartland Police, sheriffs. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and from what he was told earlier, there was over 50 departments here on scene. And what's, I mean, it's terrible is you can hear in the sound, the video or the audio bite of the on scene here was the police officer saying they're going to have to evacuate people using their own vehicles because they didn't have enough aid vehicles to actually get people out, which is terrible. I mean, there was some aid units that were in the parade, or fire. I think there's a fire engine that was in the parade, but the response, I'm sure, was it came out quick. On our drive in, we were just in Kenosha wrapping up. We wrapped a march there. We had a chance to get a bite to eat, and then while we were wrapping up dinner, we got the call about things happening here in Waukesha, Wisconsin, and so we made our way out here, and this is where we're at. And now we're on the street, showing you what's happening as best we can, trying to get as much information as possible. And again, our prayers and hearts go out to any of the people that are affected, hurt, injured, or any of the families that lost a loved one in this. It's ridiculous, man. I think when we leave here, well, I'm gonna go donate blood when we leave here, and I definitely recommend, if you're in the area and you're able to, I'd recommend you all think about donating blood at this point to help with any of the victims of this attack. That word might trigger some people, but there's nothing else I can think of that you could. I mean, really, what else could you say to that? This isn't an accident. This isn't a momentary pause of rationale. This is someone who drove through a barricade, targeted a crowd of people in a street, and then plowed through them. Yeah. There was a children's band playing, a children's marching band that was playing at this event. What an evil human being, man. Just sheer evil. This is Waukesha, Wisconsin. And I'm trying to keep up with the comments, guys. There's a lot coming in. There's vehicles, aid vehicles, police vehicles everywhere. Like the entire area here, just there's nowhere I can go that you're not going to see more than what you're seeing here, because there's law enforcement vehicles everywhere, aid vehicles, there's command centers, but all the victims of this attack have now been evacuated to local hospitals, and tragically probably pediatric emergency centers. So yeah, just talking to that team, and they said you can go over to the Facebook page. Got me in stereo. I mean, everywhere you look, there's like discarded clothes. Take a look up here, and I believe if somebody could help me in the comments here, let me know exactly what street it was where the shots were fired. We're on the corner of Wisconsin and I want to say West Main. Yeah, this is the corner of Wisconsin and West Main. There's the South Milwaukee Police. That's the Heartland Police. You don't need to shine a light in my face, bro. And then, like I said, this is West Main Avenue right now. Northwest Ave, sorry. In the corner of Wisconsin, right? Is that Wisconsin? Wisconsin and Northwest Ave. Right on the tail end, the west end of Main Street here in downtown Waukesha, Wisconsin, down in the 5 Points here. Maybe I stepped into his light, I don't know. Let's move this direction. And there's a tree there now, okay, good. Near Barstow. So it sounds like they're looking for 2 more suspects. And I don't know if the driver was hit by the bullet shot by the officer. So the shots that were fired, you guys, were fired by a police officer into the vehicle or at the vehicle as it was leaving the scene. And I would have to rewatch the video, but I believe it was right here where those shots were fired. I can double check actually and see if that is the case. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Stepping this out. Oh shit! There you go. Well, I was trying to find it, but I'm sure it's in here somewhere. I honestly, my fingers are frozen. I can't even navigate my phone. Charging slowed down due to temperature. It's so cold out here that I'm trying to charge my phone as we go here, and it's so cold that it's like freezing up the phone now. Can you hold that again? Thanks. Looks like this is the power department here. The city, yeah, the power line folk from Dub E. I'm wondering if they just came back from probably turning on the power here. Which is interesting that the power was turned off to all of these buildings here, and then up and down Main, all of it was just blacked out. Yeah, so prayers go out to all the families and all the injured ones infected in this attack here in Waukesha, Wisconsin. I apologize. As you can see, the sign over here is, as it reads, it says downtown. Water Walk, I think is what it says. River Walk, and I can't read the rest of it. Something Park. There was no, they asked at the press conference if there was anything said by the suspects when they were detained, and there was no comment on that. Also, there was no response as to what any of the motivation behind the attack were. So there's nothing that's been given out yet as far as details on that front. So still waiting to find out what people have to say, or what the suspects will say once under question. I'm gonna shut up, stop talking, man. I can't even move my mouth right now, which is sad for CJ because I don't ever stop. Let's see, we could walk back the way we came, or we could talk to these officers about cutting down the river walk here. Yeah, too early for a motive. We haven't. They're still on the hunt for some of the suspects. So that being said, there's they still have people out that they're looking for. So just take up more time. Thanks. Crack open some of these bags. Where the other one went. Okay. What does that say? First thing, another press conference at 9 at the fire station. Well, that MSM would stop sucking up all the bandwidth, we'd be good. Oh, you know what I do have in my bag? Totally space. Take some more time, please. I don't know why I didn't think about this. Here, I want to hand you that as well. Thank you. Yes. Whoa. Hey, does anybody know if you're allowed to donate blood if you've been vaccinated, or what are the cases there? If we could have someone put in there so we can let people know what the situation is there. Pockets here. Good. No clue where that big glove went.
Says you can donate vaccinated.
You can?
Yeah, so it's
All right, so you guys, whether or not you're vaccinated or not, you can still donate. So, donate blood if you can and you're in the area. I never put that in the blood hands.
Yeah, what he said, you can donate if vaccinated.
Yeah, keeps going through. Oh, cool. There you go. People can stop fighting about whether you're vaccinated or not and just go donate blood. It doesn't matter.
Come together as one.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Oh, shoot. Slippery hands. Slippery hands. You got that? Is it even charging anymore?
I don't know.
It's got a little juice. Here, I'm gonna pull it off now. Take this really good. Go on here, I'll turn it off. Or just it won't turn off. Okay. Alright, we're gonna walk a little bit here. Take a look around. Some of the other spots along the way here. So bear with us. We gotta have to go kind of around the backside here. Let's ask these officers over here if we can get by that way. Oh, it is. Oops. How you doing?
They don't want anybody walking on the sidewalk here, so you gotta stay over by those squads.
Okay.
Or I think the media's way on the other side, so you gotta loop all the way around.
Yeah, we were gonna just cut that way to the Riverwalk and go the back way if that's okay.
They don't want anybody
Okay.
from there to...
No worries. No worries. Yeah, this is where the car exited, right? Like it drove out that direction.
I'm not entirely sure.
Okay. You guys came in all the way from South Milwaukee, huh? How many? I heard you said like 50 departments. Was that someone else might have said that?
I have no idea. All I know is I was told to come down here and help out and see what they need, so it's...
All right.
We got a lot of people here, so...
What's the name of the alarm that went out? Is that a 5-star alarm or a 5-star call to all the interdepartment? Okay.
I've never heard that, but I have no idea what you thought about.
Oh, okay. It was one of the other officers that said it. Hey,
Thanks,
thank
guys,
you.
yep.
Appreciate it. Yeah, we got to back right. Go back around the way we came. If you happen to be in any of these buildings right here and you're watching right now, and you saw what happened, I'm going to be walking around the front of the building. Please feel free to come out and let me know. I'd love to take a moment and talk with you. As we walk away from Wisconsin and Northwest Ave, is that right? The wind is going to be really, guys, so bear with me as I walk here. It's a cold night. It's a windy night. We are right over this canal right here. I don't know how the thing's not frozen. Right here. I appreciate everybody throwing those stars in. It means a lot. And for the sharing the stream out there. All comments, while civil and not promoting violence or hate, are appreciated. Remember that we don't have a beat on the motive. We don't have a beat on all the individuals. We have a rough description, but the police and the press conference didn't give that either. So we really can't talk to a point until we have more detail. But I think they're going to do another press conference here in a little bit. If that happens, I'm going to have to leave. I might be able to come in with the feed, but there's a good chance that because of the bandwidth that gets sucked up by the mainstream media, those live view packs, it's hard to get a It's hard to get a good signal out. They're asking that you go tomorrow to donate, as they just, let me see, Steph. As they just received a large shipment of blood this evening. All right. So yeah, well, I appreciate that, Stephanie. I would still say don't hesitate to go out if you feel the need. I know that it's hard to be idle in a time like this when you know that there's things that can be done and that you want to do. You know, it'll help you. Hey, guy. This guy right here. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. You live in these buildings here?
Yeah.
Did you by chance see what happened? Wow. Oh, hi, guys.
What's up?
What's up, buddy? Just saying hi to the puppers. Hi, guys. Hello. Hi. Hi. Hi, my name's CJ. I do a live stream show called CJTV. We're just out here. We got the call, and I was just curious. Did you see what happened by chance?
Just a little bit of it, but I don't really want to talk about it.
You don't have to at all. Not at all. Have a great night. Thank you.
Hey, Jax, come on, bud.
Hey, Jax. Man. So yeah, like I said, situations like this are. Yeah, I don't know how to process. I mean, what? I mean, yeah. How some? Ah, geez, never mind, man. Now, if we get to the Riverwalk, I know we can cut through this way. Here, take a look. Yeah, I'm gonna find some dogs. I'm gonna pet that dog. Pet that dog. I'm gonna pet that dog. So again, we're doubling back over here by the Waukesha Fire Department. Looks like there's people heading in. They might be doing another press conference, or they could just be getting in there to stage it up, because there's not much people can do out here press-wise, especially MSM, because they don't really kind of make their way around that much. Lack of mobility, big cameras, all that action. But we're out here. And we're gonna take a look again at Main Street, where the vehicle drove through the crowd. I'd like to get a beat, if anybody has, on the number that was in the crowd. How many people were actually in the parade, and how many people were at the parade in attendance. Anybody that has the word on that, I'd really appreciate that information. So as you can see over here, you've got the Waukesha Fire Department, and we're creeping up on the 5 points, which was where they said in the in-person emergency broadcast that they were issuing a state of a stay-in order, like a, I can't tell you the exact name, stay-in order for anyone within a half mile of the 5 points, which is right over there. Okay.
Right here in the same spot.
Gotcha. Yeah.
How do we know when
Yeah. Gotcha.
I could see you looking.
No.
He's like, where is there a tree? Just kidding. If it wasn't windy out here, it'd be great.
Being out for longevity, that's what it is.
We got a water too. I brought I brought water and body armors.
Yeah, I just threw a bunch of water in the back seat. I'm like, when I was coming out the garage, I'm just like, fook, 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 fook.
Right?
And then I
Oh, shit. Whew. Bird, I'm gonna stand between the cars. Get some sort of wind relief. But oof. Yeah, we're gonna go to the press conference. It's actually right at that building right there. Do you have that charger cord?
For which?
For this,
Is it
the C charger. It's the Android.
Yeah.
He's
Well, I've got a bunch of them here. See which one's longest.
well, he's got my charger pack. You got it? Oh, sorry.
This one's a C. I have a charger pack too.
Okay. Oof. Well, just unplug it. Unplug my charger pack.
Oh. Well, hang on. I got a shorter cord.
Oh, all right. Ooh, this is not helping. Your car's too short, Cindy. Just kidding. The phone just dies fast when it's cold. It's at 15%. Sorry guys, hang on. I've got to put my glove on. Oops. You got that. Thank you. How cold is it?
Cold. 28.
It's 28 degrees right now, guys. With the wind chill, it's probably like 11.
It's freaking cold.
Yeah, we had some technical difficulties. That's why he's only live on Facebook right now, which will probably be staying just on Facebook, because when we go on the press conference, the live view boxes that the mainstream media has kind of knocks it all out, all the service, so it's hard to get on live. He's still live. We're live right now. He is on a phone call though, so hi. CNN's already making excuses for the driver. What time is it?
Immediately prepared for a surge of patients.
Children's Hospital?
Yep.
Oh.
No reported fatalities at our hospital at this time.
It was like a Christmas parade, which I usually do around this time of year, like here in Milwaukee area, around Thanksgiving. I always have like a Christmas parade.
There's news outlets and all these other people that are reaching out right now.
Yeah.
Children's Hospital had 15 patients.
So, did they hear that?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I was standing right there when she said it.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, it's 15 patients, no fatalities though. Okay. I don't think it's even running anymore. Is it still Lincoln?
Yeah, but it's still. You were at 15, but I know when it's cold, it dies fast.
Yeah, yeah. So we got another presser coming up in 5 minutes. Thank you for the updates on that. And just so we know, what I was just told was there are the Children's Hospital. There were 15 patients, no fatalities as of yet at the Children's Hospital. That's from what I gathered, if I'm hearing this right. So, which is amazing, and a huge blessing. I'm going to try to get in on the presser. So we'll see. If the signal cuts out, guys, just refresh. I'll come back out and I'll go back up. I'm here in the streets of Waukesha, Wisconsin. But again, it's tough to get a signal around all the live view packs. Kind of suck up all the bandwidth. So we're going to head in to the Waukesha Fire Department and see if we can't get the 411 on some more information about this situation as it unfolds. Can you grab the door? Sorry, the door's locked on me. Huh? Okay. Thank you very much. I don't know why it shut.
It started locking. I think after 9 o'clock it just locks.
Oh, it just locks automatically. Okay.
Before it wasn't.
No, it was open earlier. Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate
I got
that.
one of your mic things.
Okay, cool. Is it charged up?
It's got blue light, so. I don't know.
Let's see. Okay, I'm not sure they're gonna start. So again, we'll have to keep tabs on the feed as we get it going.
Do you have a pen?
A pen? I don't give a pen on
I
you.
don't have a pen.
Oh, sorry, man. Can you hold that for a second, actually? Oh, yeah. Alright, we can. I'll open the camera. Yeah, I don't know how much juice I got on my. Well, I don't have the receiver, so that's fine. I mean, it's just really for the windshield out there. 1 minute? Like one. These guys are ready to go out.
It's 8:58, so. So what's this worth? Sounds like it was very show before.
Yep. Slide. Oh, switch spots here, bud. Man, that's way too close to my face. I'm trying to take a look at the is this fire station number 3? Is this right here? Is this the canal? I'm trying to get a bead for you guys so you can get a look at the map as to where this actually took place. Fire department. Which fire department is this though? Is it right over here? Fire station. Do you know what fire station number this is? 1. This is fire station 1? On this map. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's red. Oh, this one. Right? Oh, okay. Wonderful. Thank you. So yeah, if you guys want to take a look here. So this is the grand scope of Waukesha. This is the fire department in right now. You cross the street here, the main drag. This is the creek here, and this is Main Street right here. So let me give you a zoom in on that. So you can see right here, the street we're talking about, the suspect drove, they were driving east to west, kind of like northeast to southwest, down Main, ended up kinking right up through here, and I believe this is where they had the exchange of the fire. The officers down here, this is Wisconsin and West Main right here that we're talking about. So this is where the scene of the parade was taking place, right through here. And again, so we're at the fire department directly across the street right over here. Getting ready for that press conference happening right behind me. Which is to say over here.
Yeah, Pamela, we are waiting for the police chief, the mayor, the fire chief to give us a brief update.
They're just doing a little chit chat.
They did come out and speak with us about an hour ago, and there were people going to as to the new information.
Right. There was no confirmation if anyone was struck. So that's just, you got the news broadcasters over here, and the news announcer. They're doing their preamble to the presser right now. So I'm not sure what we're going to hear, if they have any updates on the suspects or on any of the victims. But last I heard,
They lifted that.
the emergency.
The emergency thing.
Yeah. So yeah, the emergency stay in, or however they worded it. I have to check that again myself. Was lifted. The emergency was listed as far as the stay in announcement. Let me get the proper terminology for that, guys. So yeah, the shelter in place is what they call it. So the emergency shelter in place was lifted 42 minutes ago, and the power was restored to the neighborhood. So that's a good sign, and I think that was because they were in, I don't know if it was just while they were gathering information on the scene, or if it was because they were still in active manhunt situation. So, but here they go. They're coming in right now. So let's bite down on some.
Police Chief Dan Thompson will be providing the update.
Here's some further information that we can provide. Waukesha Public Schools will be closed tomorrow. Requesting that everyone continue to stay away from the scene. The roads will remain closed at least 24 hours. If you live in an area where roads are closed and you need access to your home for pets or medication, you can park in lot 12 where the farmer's market is held. Go to the clock tower and show proper identification. There will be an officer there who will escort you to your home. You'll then need to remain in place in your home until the roads are reopened. We're working with Waukesha Medical Examiner's Office to confirm the identities of the fatalities. We're also working, and this is the most important thing, is the families of this tragic event. And making sure that the next of kin is conducted. And that we're working with the families. That is our priority in this tragic incident. With that, I'm not going to give you the numbers of the numbers of deceased at this time. Why? Because we have to make sure next of kin is removed. I also want to inform you that there is a family reception center at Waukesha South High School for families that are looking for family members, or members are looking for family members. If you're looking for family members and live out of town, please call this number, 262-548-7122. That's 262-548-7122. Also at this location there will be counseling services available at the school. We'll also let you know that at 1 o'clock tomorrow, Monday, November 22nd, we will be prepared to conduct a press conference here at City Hall to provide more information regarding this tragic incident. Thank you.
We're not taking any questions at this time. As the chief said, 1 p.m. tomorrow will be the next full press conference. Any updates between now and then will be provided on the city's social media accounts. We will also be posting the statement that the chief read. Some of those numbers will be putting out on the city's social media account as well, so that you have all that information.
Thank you. Could you give us your name, please?
What is your name, ma'am?
Waukesha South High School is where the reunification center is. And again, we'll be putting all that information out that he just gave on the city's social media accounts.
And could you tell us your name, please?
Rebecca Peterson.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Jared.
Okay. Alright, let's get back out here. Just go back to the cold. So no direct information right now as to whether or not who the fatalities were, the number of fatalities. And again, they said you couldn't quite hear what he was saying, but what he was getting at was that they're not going to release that number until all of the next of kin are notified. I think sadly one of the more tragic notions of what I just gathered from that press release was that they have a staging station at the high school here locally that you can, if you're looking for a loved one, if you're missing a loved one in this incident, in this shit out here, you can go to the high school. They have counseling services available. There was a phone number given. I didn't catch it, but I hope you did. Feel free to post that.
I got a still video of all that too.
So again, the high school, the local high school, is a place where if you have any loved ones that are missing, and or if you're from out of the area and you're trying to find out if there was anyone on any of the list of injured and or deceased, you can call that number, and or if you're local, come to the high school for grief counseling or any other identification that you might need for anybody that you've lost in this. I would ask that we don't turn this into, if we're talking about the description of the suspect, it's one thing, or the suspects, I really want to make sure this isn't getting turned into some racially charged situation. We don't have any idea what the motives are. No one's given us any details as to what they might be. I've seen a lot of comments come through. I've seen some. There's so many coming through. I'm trying to navigate the waters on those. But I want to be very clear that there's no indication that there was any racial motivation behind this. And I don't want there to be any fire stoked behind that idea, because we don't know. And that's the last thing we need, especially right now, is the thought that there's going to be Waukesha South High School, sorry. So Waukesha South High School is where you can go if you have family members that are missing. The number is 262 548 7122. And anybody can go ahead and post that in here if you would, please. I'm gonna cut around this trail here real quick for a second. I'll be right back. Now that the lights are back on, I'll be able to navigate this walk a little bit better. Try to give you another look at Main Street from the backside here, where this attack took place. We're gonna do a little research on where money can be donated. I know that the Wake Up America podcast is right now generating funds for a donation that'll go to the victims of this attack. Oh, what are the chances, man? I happen to be walking by and find my other glove. Get out of here. That's nuts. Blessing is right there. So I'm hoping, and from what I'm gathering in the comments, that everyone is accounted for. There's no one missing. I'm sure that everybody that was here with somebody, as it was a family event, a Christmas parade that was attacked, and dozens of injuries, and multiple fatalities. Just horrific, man. Just horrific. But again, there still may be a need for blood to be donated. So if you're able to get into the hospitals to donate blood, if you're in the area tonight and you need something to help you feel better about, where we're at with things, because this is a tragic situation. Feel free to get up and find any of the local hospitals here. Donate blood. I know tomorrow they may need it, because apparently some of the hospitals might have just got a big delivery of blood, but they're going to probably need more. And again, it doesn't matter if you're vaccinated or unvaccinated. I believe type O negative is really heavily sought after. But the number you can call is 262-508-8712 for the Waukesha South High School. I'm probably saying it wrong, but yeah, I hope that's right. It's 262, it's pinned here, 505-8712, and that's where you can call if you have anybody that's missing from your family and your loved ones. Also, grief counseling of any kind, it's available there as well. So this is a look at Main Street right now. Down both blocks here. I'm staying off the sidewalk. Down over on the far end over there. Okay, just down at over by the canal overpass. Is that where they need everybody?
Yeah, they just did an update. They're going to be releasing another update at like 9:30. I think they said down at Fire Station 1.
Okay, yeah, I just left. They just did one just now, actually at 9 o'clock.
Okay. But yeah, no one can technically. They don't want anyone on the sidewalks through here.
Okay, I'll stay off. I'll just be back over here.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, again, this is still an active investigation. So as the officers said up at the top, that this is still an active crime scene. So hence the caution tape, the crime scene tape. And as it looks here, that's the western end. I guess it would be the southwestern end of Main Street, where the vehicle left after driving southeast southwest, down Main Street here, just plowing through dozens and dozens of people, which, as we now know, subsequently has sent dozens of people to the hospital and resulted in fatalities, as well as over a dozen children that were sent to the hospital and to hospitals with injuries. Though I don't have any confirmation, what I was told was that there was no pediatric fatalities as of right now that we know of, which is a blessing. Looks like a coroner vehicle there, and so I'm gonna take a lean over look down Main Street here, which is what you're seeing up there. Well, they're still running the active investigation. Looks like they're still going door to door, probably looking for businesses that have security cameras, anything that might have caught a better angle of what happened. Though I think, you know, there's plenty of footage from citizens that were out here, individuals that were out here at the parade, that, as you can see it uploaded on, you can go to our page and see it there as well. I think we blurred out the graphic like epicenter of it, but it's still available to be viewed there, and so hopefully they'll be able to take the video they already have and handle the business that needs to be handled. Just to take all the suspects, get them in custody, and then throw them somewhere deep and dark. Got to skip back? No problem. Hey, no worries. No worries.
Go across the bridge, that'd be great.
No worries. Absolutely. Respect that. All right, yeah. So they're keeping the perimeter tight. I don't remember which way. I think I went this way and cut over that way. So, but the shots that were fired, just to make sure we're clear about that, were fired by an officer at the suspect's vehicle as it was fleeing the scene. At that point, it looked like it was driving over some barricades, and we couldn't tell if it was just the wood clapping the ground, or if it was gunshots being fired. But from what we now know, it was shots being fired, and I believe it was by a tenured veteran of the police department. I think is how it was worded by the press conference, or somebody in the room of the presser that they did. So it's Cool Creek over here. I'm just going to give you guys that view. It's a beautiful little city. All of this area, all of you guys, it's just Kenosha, Waukesha, Waukegan, all these other little towns out here, these little cities are just beautiful, and it's just terrible that they've been the epicenter of so much of this, like, you know, this, which is you know, just one tragedy after the other, it seems. This is where I was at earlier, and I showed you guys. But this in the area over here there's just tons of debris from people that were here, you know, watching the parade, strewn about on the ground here, across the street over there. I mean, everything from children's articles of clothing, jackets, mittens, beanies, wagons, strollers, lawn chairs. I mean, there's really no... I mean, you can see in the road right there, and there was a marching band, a children's marching band that was playing when this happened as well, which is just Horrific, man. Let's go. It's just like that large pile of clothes in the street there. There's tennis shoes, if you can see that. I mean, just terrible. Blankets, coats, like backpacks. I said hot chocolate, lawn chairs. I mean, what you'd expect to see at an event that you should feel safe at. Blood needed at Memorial Hospital now. Somebody just put up here. But yeah, this is, I don't even know how to describe what I'm seeing here. Like this, like this, and then watching the footage from windows and from, you know, from the street, from people's personal cell phones, is just horrific. I mean, it's just, there's no way to, I mean, there's tennis shoes, like you guys can see shoes in the street. There's and as you can see here, the wagons. There's oh man. Looks like up the street they're actually taking someone out on a gurney. One of the fatalities. Or it could just be a med kit. But I believe that looks like a body under a blanket and just wheeled by. I'm staying off the sidewalk here, man.
We already talked to you down there.
How far back do we need to be exactly?
We gotta be over there, like across the street by the fire station right now. Can't be any pictures, everything over here.
Alright. I don't want to be over there anymore either, man. Like I respect what they're trying to accomplish, but I don't want to see that anymore anyway. So I'm gonna get over here there by the line. Get, no, there's got to be a way to get back over there. Oh, there's a bridge right here. Okay. See another one of the interdepartmental service here. You have the Department of Town of Lisbon, and staging area, the other end of Main Street. It's terrible. And I mean, there's only so much narration that I can give you about what happened here. Going to assume that what we saw was, because I'd like to rationalize it in my head right now, so I don't have to deal with that. It was just a gurney with supplies on it, because I have no confirmation as to what was on that gurney or under that blanket, no matter how telling the scene might be. And absolutely pray for anyone who's for the fatalities here and the families therein, for all the injured ones, for all the children that were hurt in this attack. I mean, this scene is absolutely surreal, what I'm looking at right now. It's more reminiscent of the scene from a movie almost. I mean, you've got holiday decorations, Christmas lights that are just being put up, you know, Snowflake Lane type thing, and this. And right down here on the corner of the 5 Points on Riverfront Road or Street. Absolutely was not prepared for this. I can tell you right now. I mean, weather-wise, yeah, this is cold, but is this? know it's loud. The wind is blowing hard, so if you can't hear me, I apologize, but it's that's brave. I don't think that stuff's gonna last. I feel like the wind might take that stuff down. And for everyone that's trying to reach right now, I apologize. I can't get to my phone and get it. That's just so you guys, I mean, you can see those barriers are just getting blown around. It's so incredibly cold out here and windy, and just, I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how I am, honestly. Like this for me is a like I said, I wasn't really prepared for this. I mean, it's been such an emotional couple weeks already. In the last 3 weeks have just been digging through old trauma, and along with all of you, we've been watching it collectively together. Some things that we hadn't seen in a long time, and over a year, and to relive that experience. And I was really hoping that Friday, that we had some closure. At least we could say that we were done with it. We could say that at least we can move forward now and put that part of it behind us. But now it's just terrible. And what's terrible is we keep hearing things like it was the worst thing since, and it was the worst thing since. Well, this to me is the worst thing since. And I just pray to God that we can stop it here, and we don't have to think about the next thing that happens that is the next worst thing since. This should never happen. I don't say mangling, but if attacking dozens and dozens of people, killing several, harming children, and if that's a definition of terror, I don't know what is. No, someone just asked if I was here when this happened. No, I was in Kenosha. We just wrapped a march in Kenosha, led by the LOK, the leaders of Kenosha, in Kenosha. It was a peaceful assembly, peaceful march that made its way kind of down around from Civic Center Park, down around the car source, back through downtown, and then up into the back of Civic Center Park. And then we got the word as we were kind of wrapping up and eating dinner that this had happened. There were even some people that were inside of that crowd in the march that were like, if you watch that, they were like the ones that would advocate for violence, the ones that would back up the people that would promote for that kind of chaos and that kind of destruction, the kind of people that would, the kind of people that came up to me and that were trying to argue this hateful sentiment, and especially that one individual that, just so full of venom and angst, the kind of person that supports this, the kind of person that gets behind the type of terrible atrocities that happen out of nothing more than like bitter, hateful, spiteful, like fuel that for whatever reason pumps through some people's blood, and it's disgusting to me to see that there's people that actually act out on that. And we see that here through even like the sidestep support of other people, like the ones that we had to deal with, listening to in that crowd. Like, those are the problem. Those people are a problem. Whoever would engineer something like this and get behind something like this is the problem. And it needs to be weeded out of all of society everywhere. No, I'm not on YouTube right now. I had to cut the stream, and which I might actually do. So, yeah. This is just an active crime scene, to be very clear. And yeah, you guys, hate comes from every which way. It doesn't matter one side or the other, left or right, conservative, Republican, liberal, all of it. You guys, there's people that have that in them, and I hope that if they're in your sphere, if they're in your Rolodex, as I get clowned for saying, reach out to them, man. Try to talk them off the edge. You know, pump some love into their heart. You know, give them a hug. You know, let them know that it's okay to not be fueled by anger. Like, you don't have to be mad at the world, man. We can find a way to heal. You know, and for those that are dealing with things that keep them furious at the world and full of rage, I mean, there's people you can talk to. You know, call me, man. I'll talk with you. You know, I've been through some pretty bad stuff myself, and I can tell you right now, like, sometimes we just need someone to help us work it out. You know. That being said, the number was pinned here for anybody in the area that has a need for grief counseling or any kind of anyone to talk to right now. Up at the high school, I believe they have counselors in place, and I think we might even go up there and try to talk to them, because there's not much more we can do down here, and I don't really want to just stand around with major media. I think I've seen all I need to see down here. I don't know, maybe you all have too, but I wouldn't mind going and donating blood as well. If you'd put up in the links wherever they're asking for blood to be donated, I'd really like to hear that, because I'd like to go, and I'd encourage anyone else that is able to do the same. This is about 40 minutes from Kenosha, I want to say. Anyone can post it up here. You can Google Maps it if you can or want to or need to. So yeah, you guys, I was in Kenosha. We were literally like just wrapping from the march today in Kenosha, and we got notification that this had happened here in, Waukesha, Wisconsin. So we made our way down here and actually ran into some folks that were in Kenosha as well. Some really predominant voices in the advocacy for racial justice and equality, and it's good to see people making rounds too. Like, they were out here just as engaged in what's happening here, because what we see here, you guys, take it all out of context if you want, but really, what's happening here is a human piece. This is a humanitarian situation. This is where it doesn't matter at all if the person sitting next to you, and this is what we got to think about this in this scale. The person sitting next to you could be vaccinated, unvaccinated, Republican, Democrat, liberal, conservative. None of that matters when a car plows through a crowd and sends 20 children to a hospital, kills people, ruins lives. At that point, we're all humans, and we're all here collectively. We're all here together. So all that fighting, all that infighting as humans right now that we're doing just because we don't agree with someone's political stance, or we don't agree with the way somebody maybe feels about, your personal sexuality, none of that matters. Respect each other. Just live a life of respectful distance if you need to. But in these are the times you need to embrace each other and remember that, as it was said by, I think, Macklemore, it doesn't matter what God you pray to, when we die, it's all the same one. And at this point, we're all living under that same sun. So treat each other accordingly, because In tragedies like this, none of that matters. Like down these streets, none of that matters. All that fighting does nothing but separate us, so that in these situations it makes it harder for us to come back together. And that's when we need each other. I'm just tired of seeing the divide, man. I'm tired of seeing people fighting each other for no reason. I'm tired of seeing people hurt each other. Like, all of this is you shouldn't be afraid to go to a Christmas parade, but your children might be run down by somebody in a vindictive four-wheel drive for God only knows what reason. Like, what sends someone into a position, in a place where they feel like, I don't know. It's wild to be in this little town. And I'm Waukesha, in comparison, I'm sure, to other little towns around the area, is probably pretty big, but in comparison to the multi-million dwellers in other major cities, this is a small place. It is beautiful. It's gorgeous here. All these places are. And they're being tarnished and marred by horrific acts. Terrible, terrible things, man. It's just... So they're out still investigating, doing crime scene photos. This street almost feels like the scene out of a movie. Like, it's got a very I mean, I'm not going to go down there because, again, I've already kind of pushed the limit with the police at this point. And I understand that there's certain rights the press have, but there's also a need to investigate a scene. I really don't need to see any more blood right now. So we're down here by the Discount Liquor on Barstow. This is where we started the night. Again, to give you guys, this breaks my heart. This is what we see out here. This type of thing. And this incident and this scene. It's this. It's, you know, it's... We should never see this at the scene of something like where we're at. Matter of fact, hopefully we can... Oh, come on, man. The thought that at one point there was a small child wearing these and has now been involved in this should infuriate everybody. Should infuriate everybody. I don't know if there's going to be any identifying information in this bag here, but hopefully. Just up to the tape, probably, yeah. The only thing in that bag right now, guys, just seeing those juice boxes, diapers, and changes of clothes for a baby. However, that's what we see discarded on the side of the street here. We got to go back around again. Okay. That's the same officer, man. I'm sure he's getting tired of telling me, but I keep. What was it? No, that was one of the. No, there's no identification there of any kind. It's a sad representation of what happened here, though. Sure, there's probably plenty. You guys, I can't really see too many of the comments that come through. They come through really fast, and there's yeah, if you guys just send a message like it's just said there to CJTV, you can go CJ at cjtv.live. Mods, if you could pin that. CJ, sorry, I can't even talk. CJ, me, at cjtv.live, live. Okay. That's literally the best way to get a hold of me. I know you guys send things to my inbox in Facebook, and it's difficult to go through all those on my personal page. Again, hard to get through, but you guys can always reach me. You know, I do my best to get back to everybody as best I can. It's not always easy, but you know, I try. But again, you can find us, you know, on YouTube as well. Twitch will be back up shortly, but here on Facebook, make sure to follow my personal page as well, CJ Halliburton. Just a picture of me in black and white. That way you can get any updates that might be going on. And you can also find us at the CJTV Media on Instagram, CJTV Media on Twitter. Plenty of places to find us here, but I'm thinking that we might head to the hospital now and What are you guys' thoughts about heading to the hospital and donating some blood? Yeah? Okay. There's not much else we can do, guys. It's just freezing cold. Even my camera and everything is freezing up. Phone, rather, because of how cold it is out here. So I'm gonna tune out for a little bit, and I appreciate you guys for helping share the stream, helping us kind of get an idea of what's going on. We'll be in the area here for a while at least, and then I'll keep you posted as things go on. We got to change this type of thing, you guys. And again, I don't think it feels like it was a tie to some organization or anything crazy like that, but even in small ways, man, the micro processing, we gotta stop that thought process that takes people to do things like this. And they're with us. You know, there's people that are down around you. I guarantee, probably on a daily basis, that need somebody to talk to them, reach out to them. That are dealing with some mental health issues. Because I gotta assume you must be mentally imbalanced to be able to do something like what happened here today. Talk to people. You know, give them an outlet, because they might find their own, and it might be something like what we just saw here. And we don't need any more lives lost because somebody didn't get hurt or didn't feel like they were. Again, I'm not vouching for what happened with the people who were driving the vehicle here, but in general, there's a lot of people that need to be heard, and this is not ever the way to be heard. This isn't it. So I'm gonna take a moment here, you guys. We're gonna go try to donate some blood right now, like I've been encouraging people to do all evening. I appreciate you guys being with us. I'll make sure to come back on and let you guys know where I'm at with things, and as I find things out with this, I will definitely keep you posted. Okay, so I love you all. Please set up notifications so as things get updated, you can be updated as to what's happening. Like, subscribe, all that, whatever. But yeah, make sure the notifications are set up. You take an extra second to set up all the notification bells, whatever it is on YouTube. But they say Waukesha Memorial Hospital. We got our team here, so I know that Cindy will be able to get us where we need to go. So again, I love you guys, and I appreciate you being out here with me. Yeah, make sure to put your prayers and thoughts out to the families that were affected, that lost loved ones, and have injured loved ones that were here today. Okay, I'll talk to you guys very soon. Say prayers.